Hello everyone. Today we're here to take a look at another study Bible. This is the ESV full-size study Bible that Crossway has. This is bound in the more expensive binding. This actually has the cover on it, is the Cordovan calfskin. So we're going to take a look at this Bible. We're going to do a quick review of it, and we're going to compare it to another Bible or two that it's in its class size-wise and weight-wise. And also we're going to talk a little bit about the interior, exterior attributes, the paper, the typeface, and also I want to spend some time talking about the ESV study. So let's start there. Let's start talking about the ESV itself. So why select ESV? There's a ton of study Bibles out there, as you well know. What's going to separate this one? Well, the ESV study Bible is put together by a team, and I use team loosely because there's actually almost 100 pastors, Christian scholars, teachers, theologians from around the world that specialize in their particular field to put the content together for this Bible. Some names like J.I. Packer, Collins was involved, John Piper, Wallace, Daniel Wallace, Wayne Grudem, who's actually my favorite, a wonderful teacher, solid theologian, and also Peter Gentry was involved as well. So they put together the translation, as well as some of them were involved in the translation, such as Wayne Grudem, but they primarily put together the study notes on this inside the Bible. This is the full-size Bible, so you're going to get all of the articles, you're going to get all of that information in this Bible. The personal size study Bible, which is this guy right here, it's actually bound by R.L. Allen, but the personal size, you don't get all the articles. You have to go and register online and get them, which is fine because it's a smaller size, but this one has all of them right here in this Bible, ready to go. So some of the attributes of the ESV study Bible: it's award-winning. It won the 2009 ECPA Christian Book Award for the Book of the Year. It also won the 2009 World Magazine Book of the Year. So two very, very distinguished awards that went to the ESV Study Bible. Someone said, and I believe it's on Crossway's website, that there's about 20 volumes worth of Bible resources in this one book itself. And I don't doubt that. When you read through this and see the amount of information and time and energy and effort that went into this, it makes sense. There's about 2 million words of Bible text and about 20,000 study notes, about 240 color maps and 200 plus charts. There is an extensive concordance as well as an 80,000 cross-reference edition. So you're getting a lot of bang for your buck with this Bible. All right, let's take a quick look at the exterior. As I mentioned before, this is the ESV Study Bible bound by Crossway. So you're not going to have any exterior stamping or marking other than the spine. And you'll see here on the spine at the top, you're going to have the Study Bible in gold, ESV, big letters, standard English Standard Version, and then the typical Crossway. Very clean, very professional, wonderful look. The Bible is bound in the Cordovan calfskin, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is the most expensive of the ESV study Bibles in the full size that you can pick up. I know that they have different options, but the Cordovan is going to be the most expensive just by the nature of the quality of the leather. And I bought this for my wife. She really wanted a nice, soft, very smooth grain leather, and this does the job. I'm going to hold it up here so you can see. They get the light on it. You can see some of the grain there, but I mean, you just run your hand on it. There's almost no, completely smooth. Gorgeous. And you hold it here on the table and you can see how it just peels back. It's just so fluid and so easy to turn. It does have the perimeter stitching, which I really like. I'm going to hold it up here again so you can see the perimeter stitching. And that's really neat. I'm glad that they did that. That makes the Bible hold up really well. It does have leather lining on the inside from what I can see. I don't believe it is calfskin. I'm not sure, it doesn't say. Feels a little bit less smooth than what's on the exterior, but still, because it's leather lined, it just makes it so easy to open. And then you have the end page here that is almost like a leatherette material. And you can see the solid enforcement on the binding here. It's a big Bible, you're gonna need it. So the Bible itself, size-wise, it is 6.5 by 9.5, and then just shy of 2 inches thick. I think they said 1.89 or something like that thick. it's a big Bible. It's not probably going to be one that you're going to take with you to church every Sunday. It's a great desk Bible. It's a great book to study from at home, in your study. And you can even study on the couch, holding it in your lap, even though it's a big Bible. I mean, you can see, I can still hold it fairly well, and you can still study from it that way. The Bible does not have any yap. So yap is the overhang that hangs over the side of the Bible, and I shouldn't say it doesn't have any, but it's got a really tiny amount of yap. I'm hesitant to call it semi-yap because it's just, it's a little bit more than, that's about the same as what you'd get on the Quintel, but it's not a lot. I mean, you're not going to get a lot of protection from the overhang on the Bible. It does have gold gilting. So gilting is this foil that they melted on the side of the pages. Now, I know some of the very high-end Bibles, such as the R.L. Allen, some of the Schuyler's, Cambridge does this as well. You're going to have art gilting. And the difference there is that the pages are first dipped in a type of dye, and then after the dye dries, then they put this gold foil over it and they melt it. So this version, the Crossway version, does not have the art gilt. It has regular gilt, so when you open it, you just see gold, which is really nice. Close it, you've got the gold. I will show you what the art gilt looks like. This again is the personal size by R.L. Allen. And so when you look on the side here, yep, you see the gold. But then when you open it up, you get the red dye. And there's blue dye and there's red dye. And you know, I've heard that some people have purple dye. Here's the blue dye. This is the Schuyler. And you can see that with it, you know, this is blue under silver, so it looks silvery. And then when you open it up, you get that nice deep blue. So a few different options there. So that's the exterior of the Bible. Let's take a look at the interior. So when we open it up here, and you can see that you've got your Bible text, single column on top, and then you've got double column Bible study notes. Got a little bit of splash of color here at the beginning of each section of the Bible, or when it changes ideas. So even if it might be the same chapter, but you know, one topic is over and it begins a new topic, the notes are going to have a little bit of color to them just to give you some context of what to expect. The chapter and the title up at the top are a very slightly different color than black. They're like a, I don't even know what to say. It's kind of like a green, but a very dull green, almost like a slate color, I would say. It just adds a little splash of color. And so that's really nice. The font is generous. So we're talking paper and typeface now. So the font on this is a 9-point lexicon font on the top, and then 7.25 Frutiger font for the study notes. Really generous, easy to read, very nice and pleasant on the eyes. The Bible also comes with a couple of ribbons. So we'll flip over the ribbons here and I'll show you what they look like. They're not as thick as I would have liked, but still a really nice ribbon. These look like they're like a sable or like a coppery color. Really good, nice ribbons. One small note for you is you'll probably get these all wrinkled out of the box. Take an iron to them. I just put a real like thin handkerchief over the iron, and then I iron all my ribbons. That's why you see them nice and straight like they are here. So the content, as I mentioned before, you're getting a lot of articles. So at the beginning of the New Testament and the Old Testament, you get these introduction to the Pentateuch as you have here. I mean, you're going to get articles on the different portions of the Bible. Each book at the beginning, so this is Genesis, you're going to have an article all about the book, what to expect, the author, the theme, key themes, features, timelines. Sometimes, like in the New Testament, you get maps where it shows you like the city of Corinth, the city of Rome, just jam-packed, solid, useful information. And all of the writing in the articles is the generous 9-point font, which I think is super nice right up front. This is how the Bible opens to Genesis. That's awesome. And you can see right here how flat it lays. We're in Genesis 1 right now, lays flat. That's due to the Smithsonian binding, which is the different little booklets of the Bible that are taken together in the production stage. As you can see, booklets about that size, maybe a little thicker. They're sewn together, and then the collective little booklets are sewn into one to make the solid binding that you see here. As a result, when you flip the pages or when you open the Bible, you should get minimal crinkling. The Allen's that I showed you earlier has almost no crinkling. The Crossway full-size It has a little crinkling, not anything that I would say is detrimental, but it's definitely there. I mean, you can definitely tell that it's got a little binding in the crinkling, and I think that more has to do with the paper than the binding in this particular case. So we talked a little bit about the articles, we talked a little bit about the font size and the structure of the pages. And I do want to show you some of the larger color maps that you'll have here, or even like in some of the later books, they have the construction of the temple. And so here we are in Ephesians, and you can see like you have some of the color, just so vibrant, so beautiful, so nice and crisp. And it really helps you when you're studying to have a better understanding of what you're reading. And I think that that's key. That's huge. I will also point one other part of it that I really like. Even though this is an ESV study and it's got a very strongly reformed influence in it, you'll notice that they did take into consideration plenty of different opposing views for the different areas that have multiple views associated with it. So here we are in Revelation, and we're talking about the tribulation period, and you can see there's a chart and a brief description of each of the different opinions, whether you're post-trib, whether you're pre-trib, whether you're amillennial, premillennial. You've got all of it here, and you've got the description of what each of those positions hold. So if you're having a conversation with your friends and someone says, hey, are you, what kind of millennial are you? Are you premillennial, amillennial, postmillennial? Are you pre-trib, post-trib? Are you dispensational, non-dispensational? All of that is answered in the Bible, and you can go through and look at the different sections that talk about it, and you get your information on what that means. And then as you're studying, you can start to formulate your opinions and your thoughts and your views on those subjects, but have the Bible backing you up with the different scriptures and the different. So, I mean, this is all information that you'd have to go hunt for on Google. It's all right here, all in one Bible. Very nice to have that. So that's the interior as well, and I should talk briefly about the paper. So the paper is a 30-pound Primalax paper. That's the name of the manufacturer. It is a European Bible paper. It's actually French, and it's 30 GSM. So just to give you an idea, 30 GSM is about middle of the road for a good Bible. Anything below 30, in my opinion, you're going to get the ghosting effect very severely. And ghosting is really when you see the bleed through from the page behind it. So if you can start to see here in the white area, you can see behind the words and the words on the back page. You can see, though, I'm holding this up, it's really not bad on this Bible. 30 GSM is fairly thick paper. It's not horribly thick, but it's a good sized paper. And just to give you an idea of comparison here, so this is what your bleed through is going to look like on the ESV study. Okay, and you can see there between the verses what that would look like. Okay, so that's 30 pound. And this is the Schuyler Quintel, so this is going to have the thickest available Bible paper on the market. That's probably why you see the thickness of the Bible. This is not even a study Bible. This is just a regular Bible. But this is going to have 45 GSM, which is arguably the thickest available. So I'm going to put that up so you can see what that looks like. Now granted, this has line matching, which the line match on the front side is the same as on the back side to help reduce this effect. But as you can see, it is better. I think it's much better, but it's not. I mean, it's not really going to be that bad in the study Bible. So my overall assessment, we took a look at the ESV translation, we took a look at the exterior attributes, we took a look a little bit at the interior attributes, we took a look at the paper and the typeface, and just some, a quick demo of the Bible itself. I gave this Bible 4 out of 5 stars. I think it's well executed. I think the content is top-notch as far as the ESV translation with the study notes. I think for the size, it's big, but I mean, it is a full-size study Bible with all of that information in there, as well as the fact that it's got a generous 9-point font. My biggest beef with this Bible is something that I alluded to earlier. Really, the binding or the crinkling, I think is a little off-putting. And I'm really upset that they didn't do an art kilt on this. I think that the quality of the leather, the perimeter stitching, the content of the Bible, I would have liked for them to add an art kilt to this. I think it would have taken it up a notch. And I also think that for the thickness of the Bible, 3 ribbons that were a little thicker, and I'll show you the little spaghetti ribbons here compared to the thicker ribbons that you can find on the Quintel. I would say that those 2 reasons for me, I bumped it down. Primarily the gutter crinkling, which I guess I'm just a little spoiled because I'm an R.L. Allen kind of guy with my Bibles, but not a bad Bible. Highly recommend it. The price I think is right. I believe it's about $149 or something like that. Pick one up. If you're serious about Bible study, if you're serious about studying the Word of God, and you want some of the notes, the best study notes on the market, in my opinion, pick one of these up. If you don't want the full size, like I said, this is the full size. You can go with the personal size, which is about this big. This one you're going to pay almost twice as much because it is an Allen and it's got all the bells and whistles, but you can also pick up the personal size in just a regular hardcover or paper cover or as well. So good Bible. Again, my overall assessment, 4 out of 5 stars. I hope that this has helped someone in making their decision. And thank you for watching, everyone. God bless.